You know, there've been a lot of videos out there about people going to, Dollar Tree and Target and Best Buy and all that, to pick up DVDs and Blu-rays to see what good deals they would get and everything on these movies. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show you Blu-rays that I'm going to go buy. I'm going to show you Blu-rays and 4Ks that I already bought. If you like what you see here, please tap on that bell button for future notifications for future Horror and Coffee content, and consider subscribing to my channel. It'll be fun. Come on, if you're into horror movies and if you like to drink coffee, this channel is for you. I pulled out of there's this whole fight against the whole digital media versus physical media, and people are thinking that there's gonna come a time when physical media, like actual physical boxes and stuff like that, are gonna cease to be exist. They're gonna be a non-thing, a thing of the past, or relic, right? And then the only thing that's gonna exist are digital. Everything's digital. Everything's in the air. Everything's in the cloud. Everything is, computerized. But I have a problem with that. What if, the internet shuts down or something like that? What if Wi-Fi shuts down? What am I going to watch? Well, that's when the physical media comes in. It's just a matter of popping this into a nice Blu-ray or 4K player, and you're good to go. As a horror fan, I've collected various horror films over the years. First in VHS, then in DVD, and then I would get them again in Blu-ray and even up it to 4K. Now, I'm very selective in when I do that, because there are certain movies that I think are worth getting in 4K, and some are worth just kind of keeping in the Blu-ray world. I have a collection of Blu-rays and 4Ks right here out of my much bigger library that I think are the best keepers, physical keepers, for any horror fan. If you're a horror fan, right, when I presume you are because you're watching me, these movies you should either have already, or you should seriously consider getting and adding to your collection. So I'm going to show it to you right now, all right? One of them is, I have about 10 here, so I'm going to show you 10. The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, the remake from the 1950s classic that John Carpenter did back in 1982. Okay, you know the story. Alien ship crashes 100,000 years ago in the ice in Antarctica. The scientists dig it up by accident, didn't know what it really was capable of doing, which was duplicating them so it could spread like a virus all over the planet. And a lot of trust issues this poor group ends up going through. Great movie right here. What's crazy is, when you open it, the copy I have just it has kind of like a plain sleeve, and the actual, hold up, there you go, and the actual Blu-ray cover, which ain't bad. It looks pretty nice. It looks pretty hot. It has some special features in it. Nothing crazy, but definitely a keeper. If you're a horror fan and you like collecting horror, this has to go in your collection. Okay, I got this in 4K. I got the 4K Blu-ray and digital copy. you know how they put it in a package. Hereditary from 2018. Okay, if you saw my review of this movie, I'll put the link up if you haven't seen it, so you can check out what I thought of it when I got home that night, which was creepy. Great horror movie, arguably one of the greatest horror movies to come out of 2018 and even of the decade. All right, it's one of my top 10 best horror films of the decade. So, this is a great one. It's a sleeve, you pull it out, and it has, again, a nice little cover there. And then when you open it, you have both the 4K and the Blu-ray. Blu-ray, 4K over here. Took care of the digital code already because, I wanted it to be part of that library as well. I have a digital library. It's not like I don't. I just, All right, here's another horror movie that came out these last 10 years. I forgot which year it came out, but it was recent. and it's called The Witch. It's by the same people who gave you Hereditary, actually. 24 4K films. 24 films, I think it's called. And this movie was great. It takes place in the late 1600s, around the time of the Salem witch trials. And it's not specifically about the Salem witch trials, but it does have the same hysteria. Instead of a community, it centers around a family. And it gets really supernatural and creepy. So here it is. I took out the code already. I downloaded the digital code, and here is the hard copy. It's a Blu Ray. Okay. This was before I started picking up 4Ks. I didn't have a 4K player yet. You should have it. Definitely a keeper for your collection. Alfred Hitchcock classic, Psycho. Right? Here it is in total Blu-ray. I actually watched this. The 4K is a 50th anniversary edition, so this is a couple years back, but it was really mad good. Like I was like blown away. It has like inner art and the Blu-ray video. You know, didn't come with a digital code, this one, but that's okay. It did come with a little booklet that has all the Universal theme photos. It seems to be not just about. It has all the Alfred Hitchcock movies that you could collect, basically on a hard copy, on a Blu-ray. So, if you haven't seen Alfred Hitchcock, or if you are a fan of Alfred Hitchcock, if you are a horror fan, you should be a fan of Alfred Hitchcock. Get Psycho. I heard it just came out in 4K actually, so I'm considering getting that one too. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Ready? And this has 3 movies in it, so I'm cheating a little bit. The Omen Trilogy. Yeah, it has The Omen. It has, it has Damien Omen 2. Hold up. Look at this. They're all in Blu-ray. I'm dying for all this to come out on 4K. These are one of these movies that I will get on 4K. Oh, yeah. I'm getting it on 4K. Look at this. Look at that. It has The Omen from 1976. Damien Omen 2 that came out in 1978. And finally, Omen 3, The Final Conflict. The last film. Because Omen 4 is rightfully not. Omen 4 The Awakening, rightfully not in this collection because people said, are you kidding me? However, what they do have as part of this collection is the Omen remake from 2006, which I thought it was a very good, well-made remake. It stayed faithful to the original plot of the story and faithful to the book. So, yeah. Definitely, when I realized they had this, I bought it immediately. If you are a horror fan, this is a collector's item for you. The Conjuring 2. Okay, great. This is the second film, the second installment of the Conjuring universe. So many movies of the Conjuring universe have already come out at this point. But here it is in its glory on total Blu-ray here. I don't think I'll get this on 4K as an upgrade. I think I'm content with it just being on Blu-ray. It's fine. It's not Star Wars or anything like that. But this is definitely, for those of you who know the story, what's the story. Anne and Lorraine Warren, demonologists helping a family in England who are haunted by a demonic presence. Very good film. Friday the 13th. This was, I won this actually in Levels of Geeks. Alex mailed this to me. Look, it has Killer Mommy, Killer in the back. I actually did a video on this disc, so I'm not going to go through the whole hubbub again, but it's nice metal casing, beautiful inside, and it is uncut. Okay, so it is an uncut, unrated version of Friday the 13th. The original Friday the 13th. And it is mine. And if you're a horror fan, you gotta get a copy of this. Okay? You gotta get a copy of this. I'm waiting eventually for them to come out with the Friday the 13th films in 4K. However, for those of you who know me, I would only get this one all the way to part 4, the final chapter, and leave it at that. All right, I just got this on 4K a little while ago. And I think I have the 4K still in my 4K player. It's empty. I'm talking about Alien, 1979. Alien 40th Anniversary Edition. Okay? So I have here, this is great. I saw it on 4K, on my 4K player not too long ago, and I was blown away on how awesome it looked. So this is a really good copy if you're into Alien. The whole aliens and Ripley and all that kind of stuff and the xenomorphs. This is definitely a movie to get. You don't want just a digital copy of that. You gotta have this in a shelf somewhere so that you can pull it out whenever you feel, you want to see that. I have the Blu Ray disc here, and the 4K and the digital copy. So it has all three, right? So this is pretty awesome right here. Halloween 2, 1980, Halloween 2. Or is it 81? I think it's 81. Yeah, it came out in 1981. The direct sequel to the original John Carpenter classic. And right inside, I have... Okay, there are two editions. If you buy this specific copy, one is the theatrical cut, right? Which is my favorite. The other one is the television edition, which, in my opinion, really made this film look stupid. Now, a lot of people are very critical of this film, right? A lot of people, it sucked. Okay, fine, but I loved it. So, I think this is a keeper. Of course, I'm going to have a copy of this. What? Unfortunately, they don't have this on 4K yet or in digital mode. I'm waiting for that day. I'm definitely getting it on 4K and digital. I also have here a Blu-ray of the original John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978, a 35th anniversary edition. And this is a little outdated already at this point. Haven't bought I have the 2018 one on 4K. I didn't bring it here. I have it here somewhere, but I wanted to show this one off because what I like about it is that it has the cool ads from back then. This was the original ad for John Carpenter's Halloween, and it has a little book that shows you cool stuff, about the making of the film. There's like a whole story synopsis here of how they made the movie, where they made the movie. There's Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter chilling out right there, there's a lot of great stories. Look, that's the famous bedroom scene. See them chilling out there on the bed. Yeah, I'm telling you, this here is awesome. This here is awesome. Look at Dr. Loomis smiling right there. How often do you see that, right? And you can read it. You can read it like a book. It's a great addition to my collection. I love that I have this copy. Will I get another version of this when it comes out on 4K? You're damn right. I'm gonna go do that. So, but this is definitely in my library. I'm gonna show this one off. Yeah, had to. The Exorcist. Okay, William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist, filmed by William Friedkin. This is an incredible movie. So incredible that I actually made a whole Horror and Coffee based all about this movie. It was a retro review of sorts. I'll put it up here so you can check it out, about how I get really in depth of this. And what I like about this, like the Halloween one I just showed you, there's a book inside. Now, there's two versions on Blu-ray. There's the extended director's cut that came out, I think, in like 2002 or 1 or something like that. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. But it was around in the early 2000s. And then the original theatrical cut right here. Personally, I prefer the theatrical cut over the extended cut. The extended cut, there were some parts of it that, like the flashing face thing was a little corny in my opinion. There were certain scenes that were good that I wish was in the original theatrical cut without compromising anything. But, if I had to choose, I'd choose the theatrical. And right here is the inner book. It's a book too. It has photos. It has stories. It has, look at this. It's a book. It's a book. It's like a magazine. It talks about William Peter Blatty, how he came up with this story. William Friedkin, right here, how he really wanted to get involved in this as well. It talks about the Roman ritual, the true Roman ritual that the Catholic Church first published in 1614. Long time ago, right? And how they used that as one of their, I guess, cheat sheets, if I could say it like that, for this film, which I think was great. Excellent movie. One of the greatest horror films of all time. If you're a horror fan and you like collecting Blu-rays and DVDs and 4Ks, you gotta get this. How can you not? Now, this is good enough. Ralph, would you get it if it came out on 4K? Yeah, I would. You got to understand, there are certain movies that are just worth buying again and again and again because they're timeless to me. All right? I won't just buy any movie again 3 times over as they increase the better the quality of it. I only do it with certain films. Only certain films. Like some of them here I won't buy on 4K because I don't think there's a need to. But some like The Exorcist, yeah. I would definitely get that on 4K because, it's such that movie was ahead of its time. It's such a classic, and you don't get bored watching. It's like if you watch it now, it holds the same impact as it did back then. Here's an honorable mention, and it's not really a horror movie, but I got it on 4K. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I love this movie very much. I did a review of it. I'll post it up here so you can check it out. This movie looked so awesome, and now with my 75-inch screen TV and my 4K player and my digital copy and the Blu-ray here and the 4K, which is what I mainly pop in to watch this. It is such an amazing film to watch on such a big screen, to see the Titanic Godzilla fight against King Ghidorah and the other monsters that are out there. Looking forward to Kong versus Godzilla this year. I can't wait when that comes out. So those were some of my Blu-rays and 4Ks of horror that I enjoy. What are your favorite? What would you buy on Blu-ray or 4K as an actual physical copy? Talk to me, comment below, and share with me what you would like to get in your collection of Blu-rays and 4Ks. We could talk horror. We could talk coffee. We could talk about it here in Horror and Coffee. So until next time, hope all of you are well. Don't forget to subscribe and stay healthy. Take care.